Alright, BB40 back with yet another Doors video, and this time I thought I'd have fun with the Crucifix, the cross. Go through here and zap each of the monsters with the cross, starting off with Ambush. The cross is pretty cool what it does to these different entities here. So I'm going to cover all the ones that I could kill with the cross. There's a few that I don't think I'll ever get a chance to, like Jack. I don't know if it'll work on Jack if I ever came across him or not. I don't know. But I did manage to get it on Screech, Eyes, of course, Rush, and Dupe. Dupe is next here. I want to show you what he does. Basically, he goes and hides back in his room. But before I can get to him, I got to deal with Ambush again. He ends up coming in here. Now, one thing I discovered about Ambush, I'm going to show it here shortly, is he's not as strong as he used to be. I found that you can actually hide out in the open in different places, and Ambush won't kill you. He doesn't have the reach, doesn't have the strength that he had before the update. The update, they kind of nerfed him a little bit. So he had just the usual strategy of hopping in and out of the locker to avoid ambush. And he came back and forth, see what, 4 times? So now I'm going to go, now that he's finished, I'm going to bring my little cross over to the door over here, which Dupe is hiding behind. Dupe isn't all that, when you hit him with the cross, it's not all that impressive. You don't get to see him because he just sucks the cross back into his room, and he kind of dies in his room there. So anyway, you can kind of hear him. If you turn the volume way up, you can hear him back there. So, but yeah, I'm going to just walk right up to him and hand him the cross. There you go. So, one of the good things about doing all this, though, is you get all these badges. First, the wrong room badge, which happens no matter where you go and hit Dupe. But then I got the badge where I defeated him. So, moving on, I want to show you what happened with this particular instance here. And there's a lot of new paintings in this game if you want to check some of them out. I want to see if I can get hide with the cross. And no, it don't work with hide. I guess hide's not really in any kind of bodily form, so the cross won't work on him. And he kind of moves the cross out of the way when you get in the locker. So even though you may walk in the locker with the cross, you don't have it once you're in there. It ends up deactivating. So you can't get hide, as far as I know. But I went on, and of course, ambush comes again. So I was going to run from ambush, and in the process of running from ambush, I was in a dark room, and I took a wrong turn, and I backed into Dupe again. Even though I had my cross out, and I backed into Dupe, it didn't stop him. Or maybe it did inside it. I don't see any glowing lights or anything going on inside there. And there's ambush. Now, one interesting thing I found out about this, this shows you that ambush is not as strong as he used to be. He's zipping past me here, and he's not killing me. Prior to the update, he would have killed me for sure in this location. So after watching ambush go by, and that's getting knocked in my butt by Dupe, I realized that he stole my cross. I don't have my cross anymore. It's gone. He took it. The thief. Dupe just took my cross. I never even got to use it. Couldn't use it on him, and I couldn't use it on ambush because he stole it. So now we're going to look at getting eyes. So this is the area, door 52, I believe it is, right after you come through the library, where you can buy the cross and buy the skeleton key. I recommend always buying that skeleton key. You can either use it to get into the detour, the A000 to A1000 rooms. And if you notice, every time I tip Jeff, he does a little dance, a little happy dance that I gave him some coins. So now moving on, I'm going to go in the next room. I'm going to end up with eyes. I'm going to take care of eyes with the cross this time. Cross them off my list of entities killed by the cross, killed by the crucifix. It was interesting is the lights actually flashed a little bit. I guess that happens sometimes. You get flashing lights when eyes is coming up in the next room. It's like all the others, it just sucks them down into the pits of hell, I guess. Got a couple more badges from that one. Looked like another new painting. I just walked over there. So after eyes, I'm gonna deal with halt. I was doing a run with another player, and we ended up kind of backing into Halt's room. First, we had to figure out which one was which door here was dupe and which one wasn't, because I didn't look at the door when we came into the room. So my method of figuring out who dupe is I just come up to the side of the door like this, and if the door opens from a distance, then it's not dupe. What did I get? I got glitched. So there's 2 more doors. I found if you walk in between the 2 doors, the good door will open. The bad door with dupe behind it will stay closed. But in this case, we ended up going right into Halt. And I was trying to help this kid get through the game, so I figured, why not just take out Halt with that. Cross him off my list too. So we took Halt out of action there with the cross. We were able to, and interestingly enough, we just automatically got popped out of the room. It just popped us right out of there. But here's where you want to use that skull key to open this side door over here and get the regen plant. This plant that regenerates your health. You just get this plant off the table here. Just hold E till you see all the green lights all around you. And you know you've got the plant. I just acquired it. And it restores your health. If you get hit by Seek, not Seek, if you get hit by Screech, or Timothy, or Eyes, or a lot of the entities that don't kill you, if they wound you, even dupe, it'll restore your health. So now, I'm going to take care of Rush. I haven't gotten Rush yet. So, Cross works on Rush too, obviously. So next one up is Screech. Now Screech, I end up, of course, having to get him in a dark room, because that's where Screech shows up, in dark rooms. But I'm going to end up getting to door 60, and I just walked past the cabinet on the right, the bookshelf, and that locker on the right there. Right behind there is the entrance to the back rooms, or the detour. But you can't get in there until you get down here and you flip the switch. So I got to get down here and find the lever and flip the switch. And then, see, I'm walking around my cross because I want to get Screech. I want to use the cross on Screech. Now, Screech is tricky if you want to use the cross on him. And you'll see, you can't just look right at Screech because he'll run off like he always does. He'll screech and run off. You have to kind of get him off the corner of your eye and wait till he attacks you. And when he strikes, that's when the cross goes into play and takes him out. See that here in a second. I end up seeing Screech twice. First time I just look at him, stare him down, look at him really quick, and he runs off. But the second time, I'm careful not to look straight into him, straight into his eyes. And I look at him out the corner of my eye and wait till he's right there. I stared him down and he ran off. But he's going to come up here in another second here. He's going to show up again when I get to this next grading. You watch, he's on my right, so I'm not going to look straight at him. Just going to hold it to the side until he strikes me. When he attacks, that's when the cross goes into play, when he attacks you. It just sucks him down to the pits of hell like all the others. I hate you. Give me 5 minutes. Yeah, they say it's kind of a waste to use the Crucifix against Screech, but it was fun anyway. So now we're going to do Seek. Now what I'm going to try from now on here with the cross with Seek is get him right at the very beginning here. And that'll give me time to run through the other rooms and raid all the different drawers and see what I can find in the drawers. I think he gives you, I'm not sure, I'm going to try to count. I think maybe the Crucifix holds him for about 10 seconds maybe. Gives you about 10 seconds to go rummaging. They hit him quite a distance away. So I guess as soon as he gets close to you, he could kill you. And that's usually when the cross activates, is when an entity is about to kill you. It'll save you and protect you. I got a badge for that too. Now the last two I'm going to look at, of course, I saw someone else did a video where I think he created a scene where Timothy got killed by the cross. But then it was a funny video because then he goes and says that, well, Timothy's the strongest entity of all. And he ended up killing him after he used the cross on Timothy. Which I think was all created. I don't think it was real, but because when I get Timothy here, he just does his usual bounce off my face. He just ignores the cross. So I don't think the cross will actually work on Timothy at all. So now I'm just doing a final run with a friend, my friend Belayish, whatever it is. We did a run together all the way to the end. It's the first time I finished with another player together at the end. And here's where I used the cross on figure for the first time. If you're lucky enough to find a cross somewhere before you get to the library, you can obviously use the cross on figure there, but figure doesn't get sucked down below him. He ends up just getting trapped, like Seek, for about 10 seconds maybe, and then he'll come back to chasing you. So the only time I like using the cross now on figure is after I do the puzzle and I trip all the circuit breakers and I'm running back up to the elevator. I'll stop him in his tracks from chasing me. But here I wanted to stop him from killing me and my friend before we get to escape. So it gave me some time to get away, about another, like I say, about 10 seconds. Went off into some rooms, start looking for the breakers so we could put them in the panel. So my strategy usually, though, when I come into the very ending here, is I'll go open up that maintenance room on the side where the breakup panel is. I'll open that door with a pick lock or lockpick. Open that first, and then I'll go open the bulkhead door and let figure out. And as soon as I get a chance to run from figure, I run right over to that room and I crouch when I walk into the room so that figure loses track of me. And so far it's worked every time. That's generally how I start off this room running from figure. I run into that little side room. So, but now we got to collect 10. There's 10 of these breakers, and there's 3 different rooms in this area where the breakers could be located. And like I say, you got to get 10 of them, and sometimes not all of them are down here. Sometimes some of them are upstairs. And what's interesting, when I did this run with my friend here, figure just kind of disappeared. It's like he got locked outside the room, like they used to before the update. He would go outside the door and get stuck out there until you completed the puzzle. I think he's stuck again. I think because he just disappeared. He's not around anymore. I don't know why this happened in this particular run, because it never happens for me when I run solo. When I get to the end here by myself, he's always out there. But somehow, for some reason, this particular run, when I ran with a friend, he disappeared. He just wasn't around anymore. So I didn't take him downstairs for the what I call the wormhole entity, where you can give it one of your items and get it back at the beginning of next game. I did a separate video on that one. So, but we're just gonna go ahead and do the puzzle so we can get out of here and complete the game. Now, doing the puzzle, the first 2 are very simple, very slow and easy. The third one goes much quicker, and it would help. It's usually only 5 of the breakers you have to trip. If you can get all 5 on the first try, it'd be great, because the last one that pops up top, it doesn't give you, it just gives you question marks. You don't know what number it is. So if you can get the first 5 on the first try, just remember which ones you trip. And then when you get the second try, that last number it did not show, it'll show the second time, the second try. So you have to remember which ones you tripped, and then look for that new one on the second try and trip that one. So get 6, 8, 2, so it's only 4 numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see what pops up new. 1. 1's the new one. There it is. So we tripped number 1. So 2, 4, 6, 8, then 1 on the second try. That's it. And ready to go now. So 1 was the one that came up the second try. So now I was just running upstairs, getting to the elevator before figure can catch us. So anyway, I hope you liked the video showing you how to use the crucifix on all the different entities and what it looks like when you do and the badges that you get. So appreciate you guys checking out the video, and check out my others. I've done a lot of videos on this new update on helping players get through the game, giving a lot of tips and tricks to make it to the end and get into the elevator. So give a thumbs up if you like it, share it with friends, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I really appreciate that. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.